There is a lot that goes into architectural mesh, including many pivotal calculations. But what are they? In this video, we'll take a look at them, so stick around. Hi, I'm Andrew Kotlar, and properly installed stainless steel woven wire mesh is a beautiful, functional, and long-lasting option to cover a building facade. And one of the significant benefits of this material is its ability to span over 100 feet vertically in a single visual homogeneous panel. And so, unlike smaller panelized facade solutions, each mesh panel installed only requires substantial substructure for the connections at the top and the bottom of each element. This can translate into substantial time and material savings over visually comparable panelized systems. And W.S. Tyler has been a prominent architectural mesh manufacturer for over 20 years, helping architects and contractors achieve the appropriate tensioning needed for your mesh panels to deliver awe-inspiring aesthetics for years to come. So in this video, we'll go over what a structural calculation is, what information a structural calculation report provides, how you apply the calculations from a structural calculations report, and how much a structural calculator report costs. Whether for new construction or a retrofit application, the structural engineer of record on the project must determine the appropriate substructure forms for the mesh connections. To help with this, W.S. Tyler provides a structural calculations report, which is developed for each individual job based on your project's specific information. This report considers all of the relevant material details and environmental variables, like mesh specification, panel dimensions, maximum unsupported vertical spans with no intermediate connections, all hardware supplied for attachment, location of panels on the facade, and applicable building codes local to the project. The structural calculations report is an all-inclusive and typically consists of 15 to 20 pages. The report lists every condition, assumption, and proof that's taken into consideration, along with the calculated results. The real product of this work, the primary detail that an engineer typically looks for, is the worst case overall vertical load. When a mesh panel is installed according to the shop drawings, the springs will have been uniformly compressed to a listed specific dimension. This defines the proper pre-tension condition for that particular mesh panel. And because of this, the vertical loads will be a little over 400 pounds per linear foot across the substructure elements. We refer to this as the static load, and it's fairly consistent from job to job. And once a mesh panel installation is complete and all the intermediate connections have been established, the structure is ready to withstand local weather fluctuations because the mesh and the spring attachment systems are inherently flexible. This means that the resulting dynamic load can vary tremendously from site to site because of how different the local weather conditions, the geometry of the facade, the mesh pattern selected can be. The resulting anticipated worst case dynamic load can be 2 or 3 more times higher than the static load on the installation. Given all of this information and considering the structural condition of the building itself, the SOR is used to specify the substructures that are appropriate for the job. We often see hot dipped galvanized angles used for this application. They're structurally appropriate, readily available, and relatively affordable. In fact, when we're consulted in the early stages of design, we usually recommend this specific placeholder: 6" by 6" by ½ hot dipped galvanized angles for the top and bottom connections, and similarly 3" by 3" by ¼ angles for connection of our intermediate tubes. A project-specific structural calculations report is a critical part of any offset facade installation. Because we believe that this is so important, a W.S. Tyler structural calculations report is included in the contract price for every tension mesh facade job that we execute. We understand that as the work evolves, the calculation information may be affected, and we'll keep an eye out for this. And an updated report will be provided at no additional charge when necessary. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, fill out a Contact Us form so we can answer your specific questions. Just click the link in the description. And if you'd like to learn even more about woven wire mesh or our many products, we have a learning center filled with written and video content to make you an expert. Just click that second link and you'll be that expert in no time. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with all things W.S. Tyler. Once again, my name's Andrew Kotlar, and I'll see you around in the next video. Bye for now.